Okay, I'm gonna use this as a live later on if you're okay with that.
Yeah, man.
For my underwriting. So this is your address, right? You got your county right here, Lafayette Parish. This is two fourplexes, right? This one address completes two
Mm-hmm.
fourplexes. Okay. So once you get your county, right? If you just Google, let me just redo this. If you Google HUD FMR, right? Click on the top link. You can click on this area where it says access to small area FMRs. And then you're going to see look up FY 2024 small area FMRs. You are in Louisiana. This is Lafayette County, Lafayette Parish. And now you're going to have the FMR by zip code. So it's 70529. 70529. So your two bedroom is 890. Your
Mm.
three bedroom is 1170. And this is 1510. Okay. Are these two bedrooms, three bedrooms, or four bedrooms? Where are they?
Two bedrooms,
They're,
one
they're
bathroom.
all they're all two bedrooms, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's just do this. So you have a two bed, and then you have 70529. 70529. The rent ceiling is 890. So that's what we're gonna go with. All right. Now, then you're gonna get the market rents. Okay. In order to get your market rents, you gotta go to affordablehousing.com. You have to put in your address. Then you want to put in two bedrooms. Now you see here how it says on average, your market rents within 25 units within 1 mile radius is 675.
Hmm.
That's a lot lower than your 890, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah. And the 1060 six that I was looking for. Oh Lord.
Well, you can try to get it higher, right? Because this might just be the rent ceiling. But usually there is a test. It's called the rent reasonableness test, right? The rent reasonableness test says you can't charge more rent to your tenant just because they're Section 8. If the market says two bedroom rents are renting out on average 675, you better have a very good justification on why you want to charge 890. But I
Hmm.
definitely don't think you can get that number that you were looking at earlier for what was it that you're using?
1600.
Yeah, I don't see it happening
Got it.
unless you can provide good comps. Maybe your unit's a lot bigger. But that is a question that you should call the housing authority and say, hey, I got this stuff. I want to make really, really nice, but I have to make sure that the deal pencils, right? Because I can't be reaching out to my pocket. And I think if you take that approach, maybe you have someone that will likely help you and point you in the right direction. They might say, hey, there's no way we'll let you charge more than the market rent. But you're looking for that but. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're looking for. Okay. Now, if you have 675 equals 675, and you have two fourplexes, so it's 8 units, so 675 times let's just give you $700, right? Let's just make it nice and even. That's $5,600 in rent. What are you buying the property at?
We're picking it up at 260.
$260,000.
Yes, sir. Both of them.
So
Both.
520 in total.
Yes.
Okay.
No, 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 no. 260 for 8 units.
Okay. Okay. And you think it's going to cost $60,000 to renovate everything
Yes. I
for
mean,
both
yeah.
for both properties, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you say you're taking over the sub two loan. What are you buying? What are you buying? What's a sub two loan detail? What's the principal amount?
Um, the principal amount it's 200,000.
100 grand. What's the interest rate?
It is a five per yeah, five.
5%.
Yes, sir, 5%.
Okay. Do you know when
Five
that
5.0.
loan 5.0? Okay. Do you know when that loan originated?
It is a DSCR, so it'll be paid off on in 3 more years. So yeah, the origination are already Probably got to get that.
Well, okay, what's the amortization then? Is it a 30-year schedule?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay, it's a 30-year schedule. Okay. Do you know what the PITI is on that loan?
I got the P&I, which is 1,723. The insurance is 458 and six and taxes are $60
$458 per month and then $60 for insurance a month.
for taxes. Insurance 458 and taxes 60.
60 bucks
Yeah.
for both of them?
For both of them.
That's like nothing. Okay. This isn't a flood zone or anything. So
Yeah, I'm hoping not.
you want to just double check. It says 4 out of 10 on Redfin. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Low to moderate. That's what you have. So just make sure you don't want to be coming out of your pocket if a hurricane hits there.
Yeah, and it's Louisiana too, so
Oh yeah, you're right there. All the coastal regions had huge increases in insurance. Okay. So let me just assume that your insurance is going to go up by, let's just call it 50 bucks a month. Let's just be very conservative there. I got 10% for
Oh no,
maintenance.
yeah, it was backwards. The insurance is for 458 and taxes were 60.
Yeah. So I put that in this line right here for property taxes. And then I'm going to make your insurance a little bit
Oh,
more
okay.
expensive
Okay.
because you're going to renovate it. It's probably going to cost more money. I mean, it's going to be worth more. So your coverage value should go up. So naturally, your insurance should go up, technically.
Got it.
Okay. So what are you estimating for maintenance?
I'm putting a 10%, yeah.
Okay, great. What do you got for property management over there?
We're gonna be doing an in-house, so we are, and then like we have what is it? So yeah, just put another 8%.
Yeah, I'll put 8%. Vacancy 5% okay for you, or you think it should be a
Yeah,
little bit higher?
that's good.
Okay. All right. So you're 200 grand. What down payment are you giving to the seller? Any
10,000,
10,000 to the seller?
$10,000, and yeah, and 50 whenever we refinance at the back
So
end.
you got another $50,000 on a secondary loan, right?
Yes.
Are you making any payments?
It's like a sided second kind of thing. Until
Okay,
we
so do they get any payments each month from you?
Yes, sir.
So they just got to wait until the end, which is in 4 years, you said, right?
Yes. $10,000 up front for down payment out of that 60 and then 50 at the end.
Okay. We'll keep that as is. If you're buying for 260, your renovations is 60. You have a $200,000 subto loan at 5% DSCR, assuming it's amortized over 30 years. This
Mhm.
is a little bit low, 1723. So I don't think your amortization is 30 years. Because if I follow 30 years, your PI is only 1,073. You're saying it's 1723.
So yeah, with 75 cents.
So
So yeah, that information, because yeah, okay. Check
let's
out it.
let's just lower that to let's just get to 1720. We're just messing with the numbers. I have no idea if this is accurate. But I'm going off the information you got me. So right now I'm at 1746 for the PI. Okay. It's pretty close to your 1723. That's assuming a 13-year amortization. So if you can get $700 per two-bedroom unit, that gets you to 8 units, that's 5,600 bucks. 260 you buy it for 60 grand. 518 for property taxes, $50 for insurance. You have 10% for your maintenance, 8% for property management, 5% for vacancy, $10,000 down. I got another 2.5% closing costs. You guys have any assignment fees on this?
No.
Okay. Because you guys got the deal yourself.
Sir?
You guys got the deal yourself, like your own acquisition team.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Then you have a 200 grand. I'm just ruining on numbers for you. 200 grand, 5%, 13-year amortization, just so we can get to the 1723 PI. This when does this have to be due?
4 years.
Your 4 years?
Yes, sir.
4 years on DSCR and 4 years on the seller selling second too?
Yes, on both.
Okay. Okay, I'm following now. All right. $50,000, no interest, no payment. So that's why I zeroed out the term. This is just going to stay in the background here.
Mm-hmm.
So on an annual basis, you would be getting a 30% cash and cash return. That's pretty good. It's not as high as $1,000 per unit that you're looking at. So I don't know what you guys are thinking the cash and cash return was going to be. But
Uh,
what do you need? You need money to close on this. You need money to fund a rehab. Is that what you're looking at?
exactly. The money for the rehab to bring it up to speed. So out of that money,
Okay.
out of that cash flow, we're gonna have to be paying the a percentage to the lender. We're trying to look for a private money partner with 70,000 just with a buffer and the whole nine and repairs and pretty much everything. And then and yeah, in 4 years we'll cash them out.
Okay. Let's also get your holding costs in here. How long does rehab going to take?
So that's the one thing. We're trying to not make any payments for 6 months on the lender side. But yeah, we're thinking like a good 3 months out of all the
The
rehab.
lender on a DSCR loan is going to let you not make
No, no,
payments
no,
for
no,
three
no, no,
months.
no. On the
Oh,
lender of the private money. Yeah, my apologies.
okay. Okay. So your holding costs will at least be your principal plus your interest plus your taxes plus your insurance. And let's just call that, multiply that by 3 months for your holding costs. Okay. So you got about 7 grand in holding costs, give or take.
I got on my land on the lending that I'm gonna be asking for. Yeah, we got 4,000 on holding.
4,000. So 7 grand. So I'm being a little bit more aggressive than you are.
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead
My God, can I?
and see
Oh.
what it takes if you get a private money lender. You get a private money lender for $70,000, right?
Hmm.
Most private money lenders are probably at, I don't know, let's just call it 12%. Give away 12%, they'll probably want it. When do you think
Actually,
they want it back?
my apologies. The lending we would like to get at 104.
104?
Yes, sir.
Why need 104?
I got repairs, buffer, inspection that we already paid for, TC work, closing costs. I need to travel out there to walk the properties and then holding.
Okay, so you got even more. So what do you have for your closing costs then?
I put closing 5,200.
Okay, I got 6,500, so that's not far
Yeah,
off.
that's not far.
So then you just got more. So let me just plug. So you're saying you need 104.
Yes.
So he goes one. So I'm gonna do equals 104,000 minus your cash or seller, minus your closing costs, minus your holding costs, minus your $60,000. So you're pretty much asking for $20,000 up and beyond what you need for the property.
Pretty much, yes.
Assuming that could be a contingency. So if you have $104,000 and you get a 12% interest rate on this deal, you got to figure out what will still make it a deal if you borrow that money, right? And
Yep.
I'm assuming most private money lenders will not lend you on a 30-year term. So at a 5-year term, you're not going to make any money.
Yeah, we're
So see
talking,
what's
yeah,
happening
for the 4 year, right?
for, well, let's just call it 4 years. Call it 4 years. Now you're losing $740 a month. See what's happening there?
12. How much am I paying the lender at?
You're paying the lender in principal and interest $2,738 a month, assuming it's a 4-year term with 12 payments a year.
But then again, they said, yeah, it's not based out of a longer amount and then with a balloon yeah, it is for the 4 years.
Well, I'm assuming you want to refi out in 4 years because everything is due in 4 years, right?
Correct.
The lender is not going to want to stay in the deal. Well, 4 years is
No,
also a
no, he
pretty
wants
long
out.
time.
Yeah, he wants out. He's sure.
So you definitely can't offer better than 4 year terms. I mean, longer than 4 year terms. So you'd be losing money now at 740 a month.
Mm. So, so I need to ask for less, I guess, or still, it's gonna be.
Let's see what interest rate will make it work. Even if you got a 0%, you're still gonna lose money. Interest rate. You're still losing $168 a month. So this deal does not work if you borrow $104,000.
So that's what I'm saying. If I get a lot less on that and put it on the, let's say on the 80 that we were on 80,000 at 12%. Shit. Yeah, it's still
Think
up
about it,
there.
right? If you had all this money and you put it in yourself, right, $104,000, you would be making 23% on your money, $2,000 a month cash flow. Now, you can offer it to a private money partner. And again, for anyone listening, this is not investment advice. We're not soliciting any investments on this Zoom. I'm simply doing a work with Angel
No, no, of
just for
course. Yeah.
fun. And for everyone listening right now, we're just hashing out scenarios. So if you need $104,000, you have to figure out who am I going to, who's going to want a piece of this deal and what kind of returns do they want on their money and whether there's stipulations for getting paid back, right? Because if they do $104,000 and you're cash flowing $2,000 a month, that's going to take you 52 months to for that person to get back all their capital. That's almost 5 years. That's longer. So you had to figure out what kind of deal that you have to come up with in order to make a deal attractive enough that
So I
someone's going
can
to want a
still
piece of the action.
refinance. I can still refinance and keep them on the term on a longer term because I mean it's a private money lender, so I don't have to pay him off on the balloon exactly, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I got a balloon on the mortgage itself, not with the lender. So if
Well,
I prolong it,
you can't keep a lender, right? That's the first conclusion. You can't get a lender because then you would lose money on the deal. So you have to give up equity.
right?
So the question for you and for yourself and your partners is deciding how much equity do you want to give away? What does the payback schedule looks like? And also what happens if there's any issues with the deal, right? What if it takes longer than expected? What if there's a big hurricane that hits? Blah, 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 right? How do you guys sell and how do you guys do capital calls if there are any issues like that? This is just all the thoughts that are going through my head as you're going through this. Because if you say, well, maybe you and your partner's angel don't get any payments for 4 years and 4 months, because that's how long it takes for the private money partner to get all their money back.
Hmm.
But at the end of it, you own a property in 5 years that you guys can split maybe 50-50 cash flow and everybody makes $1,000 a month. So it's a long-term
Absolutely,
play.
it is.
I always think long-term. That's my personal preference. But you had to figure out from your own prospective lenders what do they want and what kind of conditions they want and what kind of terms they want. But as of right now, at least you know that you can't do it. Well, let's say you mess around with the numbers a little bit and you say, you know what, let me just borrow half of it,
Hmm.
$52,000, and it was 12%. That would give you, if you put in 52 grand of your own money, then it's a 7% return on your money. Personally, I don't do anything for less than double digit returns. So you can borrow 32,000 or let's see,
Kind of messing me up. I
40,000,
believe it's the cash flow that I was expecting.
40,000. 38. There you go. 42, 43. I'm just messing with it. So you can borrow $43,000 at 12%, and you put in the rest of the capital on your own, and you still make 10% on your money. That's one way to go about it.
So on the cash flow side of things, on the rentals, right? And you're already putting like all of them being at the same price already.
Yeah, $700 right now each month. Unless you can go talk to the housing authority and say, hey, what's going to take for me to get a higher rent than what the market is paying?
And for some reason, they're like, my guy keeps getting a hold of them, and it's like, oh, you got to be the owner first in order to for us to kind of look at your property and make sure that that does that regularly happen, or we could always ask for information without being owners of the property.
Um, you can ask about the process and how they determine the rent for a unit. Because every city or county is going to be very different, right? Like in San Diego, they don't care if you have solar panels. And solar panels cost my house 20 grand. You'll save $600 in a month in electricity, just electricity. But they say that we don't care. It doesn't matter. So
Hmm.
there's something about, I don't know, maybe your two-bedroom units all have an extra bathroom or you get an extra half bath and people count that towards something. I don't know, but that's what you need to find out. You need to find out what is the but. No, we will not give you the rents. But if you have this, right? But if you rent it out to just veterans, but if you build a wheelchair ramp for handicap accessible units, right? Those are the points that I want you to bring up and really understand and come from a place of service, right? Like ask them like who do they have and what what's their biggest need, right? Sometimes veterans has vouchers that pay a little bit more. Maybe you go after veterans. But now all of a sudden you can afford that $104,000 at 12%. Your biggest variable that you can affect right now is a rent variable. I
Right.
use $700, but you have to figure out how you can get that higher. But I don't really see any room for you to kick out property management because you got to pay someone for their time to handle all this stuff. I don't see you going below 10% maintenance, to be quite honest with you.
Right, because it's not a brand new property at all. We're kind of rehabbing, and so yeah, that cash that I was expecting that monthly to be significantly higher than the 600s.
Have you closed on a property already?
We're about to. We got another 2 weeks.
Well, you got some homework to dig for 2 weeks, but at least now you know where you stand.
Yeah. But it'll be kind of finding those programs that you're saying, because I mean, damn, that was a hit. Because I'm here thinking, oh, we could get 1,069, double of what we're renting right now at 550. It's like, man, I wonder why these guys haven't raised it up, and that's why.
The market doesn't support it because you can get 25 units within a 1 mile radius for 675. So how can they possibly charge 1,100 bucks? Right. So unless there's a veteran voucher, you can ask your housing authority about the veteran vouchers. And if they don't pick up the call, just go in person to them. And after they answer your questions,